Hello, welcome to this Vinyasa flow class that will deal with working the strength into the upper body in order to come into some inversions at the wall. So for this you definitely need a wall. So to start with, let's be anywhere on the mat that feels comfortable, shoulders relaxed. Close your eyes for a few breaths. And take your awareness through your body to start to notice what it feels like to be you right now. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Notice what feels right and perhaps not so right in your body today. So that you know to only go as far as you feel is comfortable. Open your eyes, and then from here, find a little bit of space between your feet, so that outer hip width. Lift the crown of the head up towards the ceiling, and then you're going to lift the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release the arms. Twice more. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release the arms. Again, once more. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, release the arms. And then we're going to turn the palms out to the side. She loves getting into that cupboard. She's not allowed. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Let's do this one last time. Arms up and arms down. Then you're going to bring your arms forward and actually turn the palms facing down. But try to have your palms facing back. So take one hand to your other hand and take the fingers back. And the thumb down. Over to the other side, so take the other hand to the other arm, push back so you can feel the stretch in your wrist, and then in your thumb. And then this may just be out of focus. I'm going to come onto my knees, but you can stay where you are. We're going to inhale, lift the arms, and then turn the palms back. And imagine that you're resisting and you're pushing. So you're trying to get a little bit of length. You're opening into the side of the body. But you can gaze from side to side at the same time. So you're not pinching in your neck, you're simply lifting the arms. Then release the arms down, take some shoulder rolls, move your wrists about. And then from this, take the feet fairly wide. You're going to come from side to side, so take some turns, releasing into the spine a little bit. And then come back here. Inhale, arms up. Hold the right wrist with the left hand. With a little bit of space between your feet, you're going to come to the side. So getting a side stretch. One more breath. Back through towards the center. Release the arms down. Inhale, arms back up, over to the other side. Come back through towards the center. Take the weight onto the right leg, lift the left leg, alternatively toes to the floor, but here, hand to the outside of the thigh, the other hand onto the lower back, crown of the head up, and then we're going to twist. You might want to use your wall here for balance if you want. Gaze back to the center, spine comes back to the center, foot to the floor, over to the other side. Lift. Hand to the side, hand to the lower back, crown of the head up, and you exhale, you twist. And you twist. Gaze back to the center, spine comes back to the center, foot to the floor. And then from here, we're going to bend the knees, take the hands onto the lower back, scoop, so as if we were scooping ice cream, we lengthen the tailbone, pivots the pubic bone, takes the belly button in towards the spine, roll the shoulders back. Good. Another breath here. Then gaze back through towards the centre, straighten the legs. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come over and fall down. With the hands a little further forward, you can have a little play into your feet here. You could actually come up onto the heels so that the toes are lifted. Maybe that's quite an intense stretch. Then maybe you can come onto the toes and then have the heels still to the floor, but do feel that stretch into the back of the legs. You can even remove the hands, hold onto the opposite elbow and just allow yourself to sway and swing there. Good, and then from this bend the knees, sweep the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. Let's take some half sun salutations. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, gaze forward, be curious. Exhale, fall forward. Bend the knees as you inhale. As you exhale, back in towards the chest. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, long spine, gaze forward. Exhale, fold in, hands to the calves. Bend the knees, inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Inhale, forward, long back and spine. Exhale, folding. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. One last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward and in. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, bend the knees, lift. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. This time, let's step towards the front of the mat and let's take some sun salutations. I'll refer you to another video on sun salutation. We're going to run through them, but feel free, having practiced the one before, to find what option is best for you. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Take the right leg back, knee to the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Front leg goes back as we inhale, as we exhale, we stay. Up onto the toes, forward into a plank or a half a plank. Release yourself all the way down to the floor and then take the back bend of your choice. Sit back into your heels briefly, back into a down dog. Lift the right leg, step it all the way towards the front to release the left knee down to the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Back leg steps to the front, crown of the head down. Bend the knees, sweep the floor. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands in towards the chest. Good, let's do this some more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Left leg goes back, left knee goes down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Tuck the back foot, the front leg goes back into a down dog and you stay. Inhale, come forward into a plank or a half a plank. Release yourself down and then take the back bend of your choice. Into child's to down dog. Lift the left leg, take it all the way towards the front. Knee to the floor, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Back leg steps to the front. Crown of the head down to the floor, bend the knee, sweep, inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. You may just carry on through if you're familiar with your sun salutation. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Right leg back. Maybe this time you challenge yourself by keeping the knee lifted up off the floor. Then you release down. Front leg goes back. Up onto the toes, forward into a plank. Release and then bring yourself back into the back bend of choice. Back into a down dog. Lift the leg, bring it forward. Maybe the knee stays off the floor. Back leg to the front, crown of the head down. Then the knee sweep the floor. Hands in towards the chest. To the other side. Left leg back. Down dog. Down dog again. Hands into the heart, releasing the arms out to the side, taking a couple of breaths to notice the shift in your body, heart rate maybe, breath perhaps. And then you can stay where you are on your mat. I'm going to turn here so that we can inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Take the right leg back and then the left leg back so you're into a down dog here. So your thumbs are pointing towards one another, middle fingers pointing towards the front. You are pushing your hands down into the floor, lengthening into your arms. You release the shoulder blades down so you have space in your neck. You can bend the knees. Then here, have the feet together. Lift the right leg up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, you're going to take it in towards the chest. And then bring yourself forward so the shoulders are above the wrists. And then back up again and then down to the floor. Over to the other side. Lift the left leg. Bend the knee in towards the chest so you can round and then you can bring yourself forward. We're going to do this twice more to either side. Take a break in your child's pose. If you want to, make sure the shoulders are relaxed. Right leg. We lift it back up. Left leg. In towards the chest, rounding, coming forward. Good, once more. Left leg. Knees to floor. Sit back into your heels. Or you can run through vinyasa if you wanted to there, if you know where you're going. Let's work a little bit more into planks. We did those a few weeks ago and I had a little bit of feedback that some of you found it quite tough. You might just want to go back to what we've just done, or here just simply work onto the more traditional plank, which is now coming forward, so placing the shoulders above the wrists. You're going to extend one leg and extend the other leg. And you can even stay with the knees back so you're into half a plank here with the chest coming slightly forward as if it was going to dive forward. So here, left leg, right leg. I'm looking for a long line so you can push up the spine, so you're rounding the shoulders away, or the shoulder blades rather than the shoulders. And here I don't want to see this sagging, and I don't want to see that, the pike. If your wrists are finding it a little tough, you can come into your fists here. Good. And then from here we're going to come up into a down dog. Then we come forward into a plank, and then release one forearm and then the other forearm. So we're in a forearm plank. You might even need to let your legs a little bit more back. Now from this, we're going to aim back towards the plank. So hand to the floor, other hand to the floor, you're back into your plank. One breath. Down dog. From your down dog, one forearm to the floor, the other forearm to the floor. Couple of breaths. Lift one arm and then the other arm. Back into your plank, knees to the floor. Child's posture or vinyasa if you want to power through. So again here, hands forward, up onto the knees, tuck the toes, you're into your down dog. And then we're going to come forward, forearm to the floor, the other forearm to the floor. So here I'll be piking a little bit, so I'm going to come more forward because my elbows are not above my wrist anymore, they're above my elbows, so I need to accommodate. From this, lifting one leg, holding it for a breath and releasing. Lifting the other leg. If it helps, you can release the foot to the back of the heel, the Achilles tendon on the other leg. That's a little less strong. There we go. And then we're going to come back into the down dog for a couple of breaths. Make sure you can wiggle your head about. And then this time we do this from the down dog here, or the dolphin dog. We're going to lift one leg and release it. Lift the other leg and release it. Come back into your down dog. You can come back into your child's posture, into vinyasa, so when you come up onto the toes, forward into a plank, releasing yourself down, bringing yourself back up, and then into a down dog again. Good, so if you were into your hands and knees, or your child's pose, you're going to lift your torso. If you're into your down dog, you're going to sit back into your heels, so we all come back here to our seated posture with a neutral spine. Take a couple of breaths. And then here we're going to need some props soon, so make sure that you have a brick at hand. I'm fairly wide in the shoulder, so actually one of those is good for me. Or if you have two bricks, maybe one this way and one this way might help. You need to take the measurement, so it's about shoulder width. It's quite difficult to get the exact measurement, but at least make sure that it is on the generous side, if you like. What we're going to try to do here is, to start with, to do a little bit of hopping, and like a little rabbit. So we're going to take the hands to the floor and then be into a down dog. Then you're going to bend the knees and take the chest towards the thighs, allow the head to dangle. Then you can bend the knee one knee at a time and lift the legs, a little bit like a reverse or a head down can-can. So you're flicking your legs. Come back down to your knees, sit back into your heels. Take a couple of breaths, and then you can add on to this by coming back into your down dog. And this time you can essentially do the same, or start to hop both heels up as if you were trying to kick your own bottom. And then you can release. This is what I keep telling my son not to do because the lamps underneath shake. Never mind, we won't tell him I've been doing this. So from this now, we're going to try to hop towards the wall, and we won't get up necessarily unless you're quite confident in getting up into a handstand. But what we'll do here is to take our down dog a little closer towards the wall. I'm about a hand away from the wall, and then I'm in my down dog and bending my knees, and then that way, as I get the confidence to hop up, you know, if I was to sort of lift, I would have the wall to help me, to support me. So you come back down to your heels and taking a couple of breaths. And then here, take your support in the shape of your brick. I'm going to put it straight against the wall here, so that I can have my hands flat to the floor and my thumbs, so the angles, the corners of my brick, of my block rather, are in the corners or between my thumb and my index finger. And then from this, I'm going to lift up and then try to lift and lift a little bit more. I can try this a few times. And then release. Take a little bit of a break. This time taking my hands but leading my forearms where they are, so I can roll my forearms in and then I can come up into my dolphin dog here. I'm going to allow my head to dangle down. So by pushing the brick or the block against the wall, my hands are not going anywhere because they're around it. And I can work the strength into my upper arms and allow my head to dangle. I'm going to release my knees to the floor. Take another little break here. Hands to the side of the knees, slowly and curling yourself back up. Good. When you spend a certain amount of time with your head down like this, and particularly if you're jumping with your legs are going quite high up, then you definitely want to have a little bit of time into a neutral or a child before you come back up, so it doesn't make you dizzy. Now let's try to reverse. So we're going to be facing this way and take a dog to the wall. So I'm having my toes and the ball of my feet against my skirting board, and I'm placing my hands forward so that then when I lift, my heels are actually on the wall. And again, my hands are secure, I can shake my head from side to side. I can stay here, or perhaps I can start to walk one leg up the wall and then maybe 2 legs up the wall. So eventually, when I lift, I arrive with my head dangling between my hands. And then I can have a little play here if it feels good, to lift one leg and then to lift the other. You can try it a couple of times. And then walk your way back down. Again, knees to floor. This time I'm going to take my hands in a totem, one fist on top of the other. So I can release my head and the neck is in line with the spine, the rest of the spine. Slowly, I'm going to take the hands to the side and make it all the way back up. Good. And then if you wish, you can retry any number of the ones that we've just done, or you can try to this time place your grip against the wall. Your hands to the floor, your forearms are rolling in so the upper arms are engaged and supporting you, and you have the space between the hands. And then you can try to just do one leg at a time, lifting yourself up. So my head is not touching the floor, but I am being supported by the wall. And then I can release. Again. I'll stay here for a couple of breaths. I wasn't up that long. And then very gently allowing chin to chest to roll all the way back up. So this is coming into a forearm stand. So if you feel quite comfortable to be in your forearm stand, maybe next you want to try the handstand. If the shoulders are an issue or you're doubtful, then keep trying some of the options we've done, or keep trying this class again until this moment. And then from this, I'm going to start standing up. And then from here, I'm going to place my hands down and then try to lift all the way up. Again, you know, I can look up, look back, so I have the freedom in my neck. And then maybe you release one leg very gently, releasing all the way down again. Totem hands, forehead. About 3 breaths here. Slowly uncurling yourself all the way back up. And then the last one that you may want to try is your headstand. Placement of the arms. You're going to place your hands on the floor and then go to either elbows and then interlace the fingers and place the back of the head in your hands, so that the crown of the head, if you put your fingers to the top of the ears and cross them here, Right in the centre is the crown of your head. So here, I'm placing my forearms to the floor, so I have my width. And a headstand is a tripod because you have a third of the weight in the crown of the head, a third of the weight in the left arm, and a third of the weight in the right arm, into the forearm. So you interlace your fingers, crown of the head is down to the floor. I'm engaging my upper arms, I'm tucking the toes, I'm bringing the legs, and then here I'm going to lift. I have the wall behind me, and I am light in the crown of the head, I'm light in my forearms. If I wanted to, I could lift the crown of the head up off the floor, indeed I am. Going to take a few breaths here. You're more than welcome to come down whenever you feel comfortable, but remember when you come down to stay for a few breaths into your child's posture, perhaps with your totem hands. When you're ready, you bend one knee very gently, you allow it to reach the floor, the other one. You lengthen your neck, take your totem hands, release the forehead onto those hands. And you stay here for a good few breaths, about half the amount of time that you were up there. So if you start to get a headstand practice and you count the amount of breath that you take when you're upside down, then halve those and stay that amount of time in your child's posture. Very slowly, you curl yourself back up. Slide the legs out to the side. Come down onto the floor. Going to take my legs wide, the knees together, the arms out to shoulder height. And then separating the knees, windshield wipes from side to side, knees to one side, gaze to the other. Back through to the centre, knees to one side, gaze to the other. Once more to either side. And come back through towards the centre. Allow the arms to come close to the side of the body. You might extend the legs or keep the feet as they were. And come into Shavasana, your relaxation, your open body. Back of the head resting, shoulders relaxed. Palms facing up towards the ceiling with the fingers curling. The legs opening out. You might still notice some activity around the crown of the head and in the head generally, where stimulated, brought the blood flow into the crown of the head. Allow the next few breaths to be about observing the sensations in your body, about observing the feedback that the body is giving you. And then let go. Allow the words forming in your mind to be swept away so that you can turn your gaze with your eyes closed towards your toes. So that you allow the body, the mind, and the breath to rest. When you are ready to, bring the awareness of your senses back into your body. Feeling the air against the bare parts of your skin. Taking your thumb tips, skimming them over your fingertips so you feel a soft caress taking you outside, back into the world, stretching a little bit more, rolling over onto one side, curled up into a ball. Open your eyes. Press the top hand down, bring yourself back up to a comfortable seated posture. Observe how you are feeling now. The practices of inversions can be invigorating for certain body and body types, and for some it can be quite tiring. So observe how you feel in the next few hours and perhaps even a day or so.